All right. Welcome in to the official announcement of the Masters of Success. Todd, how are you doing, sir?
I'm super excited about this. I'm like pumped. We've been working on this for a while now, so it's finally. I'd say take that deep, sigh of relief, but I think now it's just going to get more because now it's like, all
Yeah.
right, we got it there. Now we gotta follow through.
Keep going, keep going. Yeah, I agree though. Sigh of relief. It's been a long road. The website was a challenge. This is what it is to have a small business though, Todd. I mean, this
Yeah,
is part of it. And in a way, as much as it sucked to fight the website like we did and the different things like that, I think we've learned a lot, and I think we've been able to get better. And I think, we've been really blessed to have a fantastic group of folks here that are willing to give us feedback, are willing to say, hey, this would help me, this, do this differently. And it's been cool. It's been really cool to be able to grow this and build it to this point. And, this is just the next phase. So from here, we'll figure out what's next, right?
yeah. I think it's been one of the thing that I love the most is that it's been a growing experience. We've got to grow in this together. We've kind of been able to, like you said, just like any other business starting off, like, okay, where do we want to go? And then we would get asked questions and realize, oh yeah, we need to tweak that and make that a little better so people understand how it is. And so it's that whole process with it, and to see it evolve to what it's coming. It's been a great process, and I look forward for many more years of it to come.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think, the point you made there with it just make those little tweaks, make those small improvements, make those, I just got done wrapping up that Slight Edge book, Todd. And it just, every time I think of things like that, it just brings me back to that. It's just,
Yep.
I don't, the things that we need to do to improve our businesses, whether it's the decorating business, whether it's our success group, whatever, for you guys or us, it's all just little things that we know are so easy. That doesn't mean that they're completely simple, but they're easy enough to do that makes them also easy enough not to do. We
Right.
could have just gone, well, let's just push this back. I mean, honestly, you and I actually had that conversation briefly,
Yeah.
everything going on here in September, everything going on up into the fourth quarter, would it be better to move Master of Success back to 2021? And
Yeah.
we said,
Nope.
no, let's
Yeah.
not.
Like, whatever. Because then it gives you 3 more months to try and make it perfect, and that's the thing is nothing's ever perfect. It's constantly evolving. So, it's get it out there and then go with it. So yeah, it's been a process, but that's one of the things, that we kind of preach to people is there's a process to things, and you make sure that you're following the steps you need to. And if things aren't working out, you just kind of tweak those a little and get going right back in the same direction you needed to, and things work out.
Yeah, totally. So we've got Martha checking in. Hello, 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 Martha. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a member. Thank you for being a part of OSG. Same with you, Renee. Thank you so much. Appreciate you tuning in and being a part of all this. You guys are what makes this so amazing.
For sure.
So speaking of so amazing, Todd, I want to go back real quick while we can and maybe just start from the beginning here. And just kind of make sure we reconfirm to everybody what our goals are,
Yeah.
so we can all be in this together. So why don't I pop that up there, Todd, and I'll let you share this with everybody.
Our goal is to provide resources that empower over 1,000 businesses to achieve their ideas of success. Man, that's the success part always.
Too many S's and C's and
Yeah.
yeah. No, but and I think that's just, I guess the reason why, and you and I talked about this beforehand, but the reason why, and I'm just going to leave it up here for just a second, reason why it's so important for us to reconfirm this to you guys is that, this is how we want you guys to build your business too, is, what's your goal? What are you working towards? And, because our goal comes from our why we want to do this. And it makes the decisions that we have to make. I mean, like I said, Todd, we had that conversation. Is this something we should push off or not? When we came back and reframed it against our goal here, we said, well, does making the decision to move it back do anything to bring us any closer to achieving our goal? And we said no.
No.
And so since that answer was no, it was really super simple to make that decision. Because it's, if the answer is yes, we do it. If the answer is no, we don't. That's kind of,
it works out great.
It does simplify it in that regard. So, I guess from here, Todd, with this goal, so let's talk about all the different levels here first, so
Yeah.
maybe start us off with your thoughts behind Success Tracker, maybe is the first place to start.
Yeah, so Success Tracker was kind of like that intro one. It's test the waters out, dip your toes in type of thing. We want people to realize that one of the hardest things to do is follow through to a goal that you haven't written down. There's no accountability there. So with Success Tracker, for a small fee, you were able to get in, and you were able to have your a clearly stated goal. Here's what I wanted to get to it and when I want to get to it, and it made it a really simple process. It really helped drive you to that. It was something tangible, it was something you could see. You had us there, and as along the way, as you reach these goals and milestones, you receive some cool stuff with it. One of the things is if you're an existing member, it's only $1. So if you're not in it, I don't understand why. Because it's only $1, and you get some cool stuff out of it. But that was kind of here. This is a way for us to be able to track to see, are we making sure we're following through on our goals, and that helping over 1,000 businesses reach success. So it's been a great thing to start, and kind of let that beginner's edge to it.
Yeah. And like you said, it's only $1 for you guys, the members here. So, we'd love for you to participate in that and be part of that. And honestly, Todd, that was one of those things, one of those areas where, we kind of got there. Somebody had a question, we couldn't really answer it, so we came up with that kind of along the way. It was something that was built to enhance, to add. Again, more often than not, Todd, I found that for me personally, and just people that I've been able to kind of be around and see and watch, who's been successful and who hasn't, it really does come down to, we all deep down in our heart probably know, or at least know where to find the information that we need to get from point A to point B. It's that push, it's that community, it's that, is there a bigger purpose? But that whole part about it being just a little bit more, and that's where the Success Tracker came in, just a little bit more. We're gonna post it out there. We give you very clear steps for those of you that have already gotten into Success Tracker and have seen it. There's a letter that comes with you, and there's very specific steps in there of what you need to do, and they're not hard, but it takes effort. It takes you actually doing it daily, and so I think that was the cool part about Success Tracker, and why we've been excited about that part too, is that it does give us that ability to say, 12-month goals, go for it. Let's do this together, support each other in that, okay, what do you want? What is success to you?
Because it's not the same for everybody. And that's the thing that I think is great about us, is we all have a different idea of what success is. Because when our original goal was to get everybody to 100,000 sales, and then we started talking to people, and they're like, yeah, but that's not my goal. I would be happy if I could make an extra 500 or an extra 500,000. Of course, that would be it. But an extra $500 to $1,000. I'd love to just be able to take a trip and have this pay for that. And so we started that's that whole tweaking, those little things to do to make you better. And so people thought, well, I don't have that goal, so the program isn't going to benefit me. And we realized, well, it would. And they came in, they realized, yeah, I can use all of this stuff. I can use all of it. I can use some of it. There's different aspects to each part of it. And, it's that community growth effort that has, helped us help others. And together, as Aaron often says, a rising tide raises all ships. And that's what this is kind of like.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Todd, let's grab a couple of comments here. So community, and we want to talk about this and share. One quick thing, and I apologize if you guys have done this in the past. I had to reconnect so we could get into this group here. So if you could do me a favor and just head to StreamYard.com/Facebook if you're watching on the Facebook side, and still getting a couple folks, but I can see who's commenting because I have it open on the Facebook side here too, Todd. So, yeah. So this is Tina. Tina's checking in. Hello. And then this is Travis. Travis says, seriously miss being a bigger part of this group. Now I had not how I had planned it 2020 to play out. I think 2020, that will be something that we all go back and use and go, yeah, this totally got screwed up. I got 2020'd.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. That's the best thing about this is that no matter what life throws at you, that's what we're here for, is to help work through those issues, because we're all going through the same thing, and
Totally.
it's great to see some of the people, how they've pivoted and made lemons out of, or made lemonade out of lemons, because making it the other way is really hard. But
yeah, I want to see you make lemons out of lemonade. Well, I guess you could freeze them or something. I don't know. Anyway, Pamela says, "I'm here, but still homeschooling." Again, these things are definitely one of those things where nobody planned on homeschooling, I don't think, unless that was already part of the plan. But most of us were not planning on homeschooling this year, and we just got to do it. And I think the cool part, and the thing that I love the most about this community and about working with you guys, is that we're all doing this together. It's not kind of every man for themselves or every woman for themselves. It's this is a group thing. It's so cool. And honestly, Todd, that's what you and I kind of dreamed about when we started talking about this last year at Tinley Park. And so the fact that it's here is a testament to you guys that are participating here, for sure. And then Tina says, "I've been so glad to be part of this journey. My first goal was huge, and I am faithful. I'm going to make it. 4 months to go." Yep. The cool part about this, Tina, is those 4 months you have to go are the holiday season. So I think I've had that a lot of times where I'm looking at my year going, oh man, this is going to be tough to get to this goal. And then all of a sudden, boom, fourth quarter hits and just blows up. So Missy, thank you so much for sharing this. I've already learned so much about what I want out of my business and where I want to go with it. That's a huge part, Todd. I mean, if you don't know what you want, or you don't know where you're going, there's no way to get there. So, putting the effort into tackling that part, I think is really important, Missy. And I'm so glad that you've been able to do that. So, congratulations to you. All right, Todd, keep me on track here. So, let's see here. So memberships,
cover that.
Yeah,
now.
we covered that.
Yep. So memberships, we haven't really covered that, but touching on that is where that is that was kind of the core of where this came from. Is we wanted to provide training for everybody at least twice a month. We had 3 different big series of the 5 keys, with the third one starting here on Wednesday. But we also provided that training that we felt people needed, and the reason we felt they needed was they asked for it. Here's things that we could use help with, and so we developed those trainings for those people. So you don't have to use all of it, but you can pick out the ones you want. Maybe you already know how to do this, but you don't know how to do this. That was the kind of that core training of, here we're actually going to train you on things that people in our industry use, but it doesn't matter what industry you're in, because they're all helpful in it. So that core training to help develop your business, to help you reach those goals that you have set forth, that's kind of where that all came about from, and what it needed to do.
Yeah. I love that. And then I love the 5 keys thing, that we kind of sat down and said, what are the main areas that are just kind of the core to business success. And, when we came up with the fact that, we got to get started, we got to launch, we got to grow. So, getting things like our numbers and our pricing and some, kind of that, let's get this thing kicked off, or, we've stalled and I need to go forward. How can we do that? So that was the first one. The business planning part, people that know me know that's the flag that I carry. Again, business plan, not meaning I have to have this coffee book deal. It's the fact that I'm working on my business. I always say that I want people to spend at least 15% of the time that they are doing business things to be working on the business, from planning to working on your policies to, not just the everyday day-to-day things of making the shirts and, doing marketing and all that other stuff. I'm talking about the planning, the thinking about the future of our business. So, so that was the second one. And then this week, just a couple of days here, we're kicking off the marketing side, the digital marketing, and the fact that we specifically put this in September because we want to kind of give you, fill your tool belt, so to speak, with what you need to really take off this fourth quarter. The holiday season is just different, and this year's going to be super different. So we're really excited about that one. So that's the membership part that you guys are all part of, and we certainly appreciate that. But Todd, why don't you talk to us about, okay, this third phase? What's next? What, not necessarily what was missing out of these other things, but why is there a third phase here?
Well, a lot of the reason that there's a third phase is because some people asked for it. They wanted
Yep.
more of, a smaller group. They wanted more, of that one-on-one in that small group setting, more of, here, I want to be able to help other people. How can we do this together? And so it was one of those where, what can we do to bring this together, to bring this to life, where not only are we helping people, but other people are helping other people. So, it's that community effort. That's what we want to do. And there came the Masters of Success Inner Circle. It was a great thing to try and say. How many times can you say it? So the Masters of Success Inner Circle. I can usually get
That'll be the challenge. Yeah.
Twice is hit for me. So, I do my best with it, but hey, my best is sometimes there for it. But what this basically is a kind of a group accountability. That where you're going to be in these this group sizes. There's going to be between 4 and 7 people, and that's it. So if more than 7, then the group size will come down. But we want to kind of give that group accountability, that kick in the pants, to have you commit to it, and to at least 3 other people, or the other ones in your group, that you're going to show up, you're going to do work, you're going to further your business, you're going to help further their business, you're going to do what you need to do and put in the work you need to put in to become that next level of success that so many people are craving and wanting. And we're just going to be here to help facilitate that, to help moderate, to help you achieve those goals that you're going, just, in a more intimate setting.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing about the reason why I'm so, and you are too, Todd, but the reason that we're so passionate about this next phase as well is that this, not, again, missing is not the right word, but we can give you the tools and the training. I've talked to lots of people that aren't members, and they were asking, what's this going to do for me? And, some people I've just kind of had to say, I don't know what this is going to do for you, because you've got to take the action. You've got to be able to, I can tell you, Todd and I can tell you what we've done. We can share with you the knowledge that we've gained. We can, encourage all of the things that we can do. But the things that we can't do is we can't run your business every day. We can't, go out and get you to, post on Facebook and plan your business and make sure that you understand your numbers and all of that kind of stuff. So we can't do that. So accountability becomes that next piece. Todd, there's a lot to be said about masterminding and groups, and we'll get into that a little bit more here in just a second. But I think that is what this is all about, is giving you that next step. If you're serious about your business, if you're really serious about your business becoming successful, this is what you want to do. You want to sustain yourself. You want to reach that goal of what your idea of success is. Doing it as a entrepreneur or a solopreneur, that's really, really hard, right? I mean, you're doing it by yourself. So, you've come to OSG and you've got that community, but that's still just, I'm doing it by myself. I got somebody saying, yeah, you can do it. But when you have this ability to be in this mastermind group where there is a call every other week, so opposite of the trainings, about every other week, we'll get into all the details of that here in a second, but there's this call that you're on, that you have to participate in, that you're part of, and that you're part of this group. It's like, it's why big companies have meetings. They want to get people together and work on things. Well, this is like having your own big company as far as the ideas and the tools and the help. But you don't have to pay them. You're going to participate in this, and you're going to help their business. They're going to help your business. And as Todd mentioned, one of my favorite quotes is, "A rising tide raises all boats." And that's what's going to really happen here, is that accountability piece. So, Todd, what do we want to touch on next here? Why don't we do this, Todd, actually, if you don't mind. I'm going to put this down there. This is over there. It is live. You can get to it. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and bring it up on screen here as well. So let me give you guys a second to take a look at that. It's oursuccessgroup.com/MOS, stands for Masters of Success. Try to keep that small so it's easy to type in there. And then let me check the comment. And oh, there we go. Curtis says, hello, on the road listening. Appreciate you listening. And Martha says, to be safe, Curtis. Missy says, spreading the learning, love, and wealth. Perfect. Summarize that nicely for me. All right, Todd, here it is on the video here. So this is that page. Again, you guys can go and look at this yourself, but we'll just kind of go through a little bit of this, talking about what it is, what it's all about. Now, this is not I'm either a member or I'm in this. So if you decide that Master of Success is right for you, that covers all the membership side of it too. So you still have all the training, just like you've been used to here. So all that stuff stays put, that's not one or the other or vice versa. So it kind of is building on itself here, so to speak. So all that.
Like but wait, there's more. You're getting everything up to this point, but wait, there's more. This is the more part that you're getting.
Correct. So, and so then what's adding here is, again, that bi-weekly group video call. It'll be a Zoom call, and we'll all be on, and it's going to be. So, Todd, I guess I'll explain the call here real quick. Does that sound?
Yeah. Yep.
So what this call is going to be all about, though, is it's going to be something where it's led by myself or Todd or both of us, depending on what the groups look like. It was led by somebody there, and but we're there to facilitate. We're there to make sure that, because these meetings are going to be specific. We're going to have specific things that we do each meeting. We're going to share successes. We're going to put out there what the challenges are. We're going to work on those challenges together, because we want these meetings to be super, super valuable to you, in that, if you're going to commit an hour and a half, depending on the size of the group, it's going to vary a little bit, but we're talking about an hour to an hour and a half of time here. You're going to commit to that. You're going to be fully involved in that. And we want you to take so much out of that. And a big part of that is saying, okay, we're going to stay on track. We're going to stay on target. We're going to get to this. Then at the end of that, if we need to do a little bit more, we'll do a little bit more. But the meeting itself is going to be, have an agenda. We're going to stick to the agenda. And it's such a cool experience. I've had an opportunity to be part of other masterminds. I'm in a mastermind through what I'm doing with the Success Principles stuff, the Jack Canfield Success Principles stuff, and it's just such a huge opportunity to share and be with like-minded people that because there's little challenges that we face every day, right, Todd? I mean,
yeah.
Think about those little challenges, and if you have somebody to bounce that off of, to say, hey, here's what I'm working on. What are your thoughts? You're going to get a lot of feedback, and maybe not every single piece of that feedback is exactly right for you, but you can take the bits and pieces of that and go from there. So that's kind of what the calls are all about. What other things are we looking at here, Todd?
Well, one of the hardest things to do, I think, is for people to realize that that they need help. Because a lot of people, they don't feel like they can ask for help. They feel defeated on it, and this is where you don't have to worry about that. When you're in this, you're in it with people that are at the same goal as you. That you're there to help each other, because there may be something that you're good at that somebody isn't, and you'll be able to lend your knowledge to that. There's going to be things you're not good at that other people are, and they're going to be able to help you. And that's what I think that the key to success across any board is having that help to get you there, because trying to do it all yourself, it's not a good thing. So having that extra help there to help push you, to help reach you, to help celebrate those goals, because I know for me, there's a lot of things that we do that I'm super happy about, but when I go to my family or friends, they have no clue what I'm talking about. So, they don't join in that celebration. They're just like, oh, okay. But to have those people that know what you're going through there, that celebration with it is going to be, a huge part of it too. Having that core group, that is going to be your fellow, it's like having 6 other business partners with you, only you don't have to give them, any of the profits. They're going to be there to help you, because you're there to help them.
Yeah. And it's not that you don't have to give them the profits. It's that everybody's making their own profits. So yeah. It's a community thing. So yeah, one of the things that we typed in the description here that I think is worth kind of sharing is enjoy the community, crowdsource solutions, that exact thing, that I can get bits and pieces from everybody, pull those together into what works for me. So that's a crowdsourced solution. And then accountability that comes from being a part of this. If you are in that call and you say, okay, here's what I'm going to do between now and the next call, because that'll be part of the agenda, is, making a commitment to what you're going to do between now and the next time, then, it's one thing to make that commitment to yourself. And I know we all do this all the time. I do this to myself all the time. I say, oh, I'm going to get this done. And then I don't, but if I were to say to, 6 other people that I know and respect that are doing the same things that I'm doing, that I'm going to do this, well, my gosh, I really am going to work pretty hard to get that done. Excuses are a lot different when you're making an excuse to yourself between when you're making an excuse to other people, so, and other people that are making the same commitment that you're making. So,
because you all have that same common goal. You want to be successful. And, if you get to help some people out along the way, man, that just feels so much nicer,
it's
knowing
totally.
that not only did you reach what you needed to reach, but you were able to help somebody else accomplish what they wanted to reach. Those are the qualities of the people that you want to work with, and the type of qualities that you want to have in yourself. You don't want to be, I can go out this alone and I don't need anybody's help. No, you want to be part of a community, and you want to help just as much as you want help from someone else.
Sure. And then the quotes here were something that I just really resonated with me. So hopefully they resonate with you guys. But the one on the right there from Dale Carnegie, and Dale Carnegie wrote the book How to Win Friends and Influence People, I think is the title of it, something along those lines. And he says our trouble is not ignorance, but inaction. Because, again, at the core of things, we have the information somewhere out there. We could sort through it and figure out what works for us and all that other stuff and blah, blah, blah. So it's not that we don't know. Maybe we don't know right now, but we have the ability to get that knowledge. And a big part of what we try to do with the training piece of this, the first piece of this, is to give you that knowledge all in one place. But this Masters of Success thing is about helping us with the action, and I guess for me, Todd, that's my point, is that, again, we can't do this for you. I'd love to be able to do that for you, but it just doesn't work if I do it for you. I mean, heck, I've had this in my wife's business. When I jump in and I get really excited about something, I want to do something for her business, it just doesn't work because it's not mine, and it's not coming from her. So it's got to come from her and be in her voice and be about her business, so that's where this comes into play. So, all right, what's next here? And if you guys have questions, anything at all, please feel free. We're going to get through a few more details, but feel free to go ahead and start asking questions now. Even if we're going to cover them later, we'll get to it. Todd, what's next here?
Well, I think one of the things is how it's going to be set up. It's going to be, a call that's going to be recorded. It's going to have an agenda. It's going to have structure to it, because, your time is valuable. So we want to make sure that we maximize that time for you. We don't want to have, these long drawn out things that you just want it to be over with. We want to have a clear, concise, plan of what we're going to do. So that way, what's going to happen. Yep, here's how much time I should set aside. Here's what I should expect out of this. Here's what's expected of me. We want to set forth those expectations, so what's going to go in there, because there are going to be things expected from you. We want you to be a part of this, because frankly, if you're in this, you're in it for a reason. You're not in it just to lollygag around. You're in this to make an impact on your business, and that's what we want to do.
Yeah. In fact, there's some of the bullet points of those are the bullet points of what your commitment is down there. So you can read through those when you're over there on the site. Again, oursuccessgroup.com/masters of success. So check that out. There's the application. We'll get to that in just a second. Todd, I guess the other thing is, to get this thing kicked off, we need to start with a minimum of 6 people. I know we said groups were 4 to 7.
Yep.
That way we can kind of keep it moving. But to get this kicked off, we need a minimum of 6 people.
Yep.
And the way this works is you apply to be part of this. So I guess, Todd, this is where we wanted to kind of try to explain, it's exclusive here. This is for people that really are committed to their business.
Right. Yeah.
So go ahead, Todd.
Yeah, as I say, we want, like I said, we want people that are dedicated to their business and dedicated to being able to help others. Some people just want to work on their business, and that's perfectly fine. They don't feel that they have the time to help other people because they don't have the time to help themselves. And there's not a problem with that. What this is for is those people that, have the time to work on their business, to have the time to help others. And we're not asking for a huge time commitment from it, but we are asking from, commitments from you. So as you go through this application process, there will be questions on there of things that you might not understand why. And a lot of it is because, as this grows, we want to, meet up and sync up the people that we feel would work best together. So that's why we ask some of the questions on what it is and what are you doing with this and goals and things like that, because we want to make sure we match these up with, the correct people with the correct group. Because we want, we don't want you to go into this and like, these people aren't my people. They don't know anything I do. We don't want that feeling of regret for doing this or that it just wasn't for you, because we're going to do everything we can to make sure that you get the most out of this, as long as you're willing to put in the effort. And that's what, it really comes down to is there's going to be a, effort on your side that's going to be, required. And we want you to go through the application process to see, hey, is this a right fit? Because maybe it's not, and that's okay. That there's nothing wrong with that. We just want to make sure that, everybody that we have in there is on the same page. And that's why, if anybody knows this, they can reach out to us at any time. And, we will, answer any questions that you have before, you think if this isn't for you or is it for you, we're happy to answer all those questions.
Yeah. Yeah. And, this, like Todd was saying, you got to be willing to help other people. But here's the best part about that whole thing is when you're willing to help other people, that will help you so much more than if you're just head down, completely focused on yourself, because our brains don't know the difference. Honestly, they doesn't know. If we're helping somebody else, our brain doesn't really know the difference between, we're just trying to work on solutions. So, when we're working on solutions, our brains don't know if we're doing it for us or for somebody else. And so that whole subconscious mind thing is a huge part of this that, we need to be aware of, that the more we're able to help, the better off we're going to be, and all that kind of fun stuff. I mean, Todd, we're asking people to be a part of this, and we know that this is going to bring out some fantastic improvements to their business that is going to take some work, Yeah.
And it's going to bring out some tough stuff too. There's going to be times that let me be straight with this. It's not always going to be sunshine and roses. There's going to be, dark days ahead and when you can't figure something out and you get questioned on it, you're going to need to really find those answers, because, all of us being, a lot of us, it's just us doing it. So it's very easy just to push stuff off that doesn't make sense. Or, hey, I just don't want to work on this. I'm just going to gloss over it because who's holding me accountable? Guess what? Yeah. When you're in this, you've got people holding you accountable. So if you say something, be prepared to back it up. Be prepared to answer those questions, because people are going to expect answers. So, it's going to help improve you, not only yourself, but also, or not only your business, but also yourself. You're going to become, I feel, a better person on the backside of this, because, you're going to see, what investing in yourself, does for you and your business.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, Todd, I think we talked about why group setting works. The more people you have working on a solution, the better off you're going to be. The fact that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. I mean, think about some of the best sports teams. If you're into sports, so sports team out there, the teams that have the best talent aren't always the ones that win. It's the teams that take the talent they have and maximize that to a point where, again, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. That's the team that wins. And it's the same thing in business, same thing in life. If you can work together with people to get to a point where that group is better than each individual person could be by themselves, that's what a group setting has really kind of does. And that's what this is all about. And then accountability. In fact, Tina said, accountability has made me so much stronger. It's true. accountability is definitely one of those things. It's a learned process. It's not something that comes naturally. It's not something they teach in schools and all that other stuff. Accountability just comes down to making a commitment to something that you believe in, and then having the people around you to hold you to it's one part of it, but support you through it is the other part of it. I mean, heck, they're going to be, like Todd said, it's not all rainbows and ponies all the time. It definitely is going to take some, hey, if let's just, for example, Todd and I are in the group together, and we're, and I've got to be willing to say, hey, Todd, I know you gave that a try, but could you have done this? Would this have been better? And it's that interaction with, I'm here to support you. You're here to support me. I have to be willing to take some feedback that maybe I'm not excited about getting. It's kind of like what we talk about in our businesses when we ask for feedback from our customers. We actually want to get the upset feedback from a business standpoint. We want that because it's going to make our business better, because we'll know what to fix. But from a personal standpoint, we all cringe at that because we don't want to be told that we're not doing something right. We don't want to have bad feedback. But honestly, the best businesses out there crave the bad feedback or just the feedback in general, and then take action on that feedback. So, Yep. All right. So what else we got here, Todd? What are we missing? I guess in a way we've kind of covered what they should expect to get out of it. Yep. We talked about it in agenda. They're definitely a very specific agenda that we know is works for these things, and so we'll commit to that. Again, if there's other things that we need to do, we'll make those adjustments and move forward. So it will just continue to get better itself. The Masters of Success will continue to get better itself, but we've got a very clear agenda that we'll have available for everybody beforehand. The calls will be recorded. So if you want to go back and say, oh, I forgot what Todd told me about this, hold on a second. And then I can just go back to that and go from there.
I think that's a huge thing that I don't think a lot of people take advantage of. And something like this, where here's a setting and you're going to have these calls and there's going to be things that are expected from you. It's almost like every day, listen to that, go back and, here's the snippet that I need to, here's what I said I was going to do. This is what I'm going to do. Listen to it day in, day out. So that's continuously, just reassuring that, hey, this is what I'm going to do. And these people are here to back me up with it. So, because guess what, when those 2 weeks are up, they're going to be asking you about it. So you have to stay on top of it.
Yep, for sure. All right. Tina, I'm going to put this up there. I think I'm missing the point here, Todd, unless what. So that's a little struggle at the moment because shirts are hard to get right now.
Depending on the size and style and color of shirts, there's a lot of stuff that's out. Like a 3X struggle is real. And it's just, there's just a shortage. It's like we said at the beginning of this, is we're not going to so much feel the effects of COVID here, when that week or two or that month that it was there. It's going to be that 6 months to a year to 18 months later as stock was dwindling down because it didn't get replenished on a daily basis like it did. So, you're seeing that a lot, like how equipment delays, how, things are 4 to 6 weeks out on things. You're running that same thing on everything.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I guess part of that then is this will also force us into getting a real clear understanding of what our business is all about, what's important to our business, because we're going to have to stock up and keep a bit higher inventory because the distributors are having a hard time keeping up on their end of the bargain, and look for new creative ways to get this stuff. Anyhow, all challenges that we can work on together. And I love that about this. So, all right, Todd, what have we missed? I guess, I think we've got most of this is what it's all about covered. Yep. People have questions. Again, please feel free to post them in here or reach out to us. Either way, whatever works best for you. But what have we missed here?
I think we've got it all covered there. We let them know when. It's going to be every 2 weeks, the off week of training. Time is going to be determined by you. That's part of the application process, because we don't want to pick a time that's good for us, that we're like, yep, this is the perfect time, because it may not work for everybody. So we're going to, kind of find that perfect time that works for more people than not. And as this grows, it could be a thing where there's going to be something every day. So there's a chance for you, that you might have this day works better. It'll work at that. So, that's the win. The how you got to sign up for it. And there's some good deals, as you being members, that you're going to be able to take advantage of. And I think if Aaron pulls up that other one, you can scroll down and see what it is, as standard, what pricing is now, if somebody signs up for it. And then, we can kind of say where you're at for it. So
Yeah.
for on this, you can see we've got kind of two different packages here. If we pay for it all up front, for you buy the whole year package, you're looking at basically $1,200 for the year. If you want to go quarterly on it, you're going to pay $400 a quarter. Now, that's if somebody comes in new, they're in this. And remember, with this pricing, you get everything below it too. So not only are you in the Masters of Success, but you're also getting the other monthly training, the OSG monthly training there, and you are getting the success tracker. So you're not paying this in addition to what you've already paid. This is it. Here's the price point on it. Everything else is included in it. With that being said, we do kind of have some deals for you there.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
You have the numbers in front of you? You want me to share, Todd?
I thought I did.
I got them. I got them right here.
Yep, you got them right there. Okay, perfect.
Okay. Yep. So for the members, your price for the year will be $7.99. And again, so if you sign up for this today, then this will be your new membership. All right. So you won't have to pay for the regular membership when your next term comes around or whatever. If you sign up for this, it's $7.99 for the whole year, or $259 for the quarter. And Todd, when we talk about the quarter, we put that out there just to, be able to allow people to kind of break it up into chunks a little bit more. Honestly, we'd love, and we really kind of, in a way, strongly ask and suggest that you commit to this for at least 6 months. A year would be best. But when we talked about some of the changes, some of the things that are going to be happening, you're going to be making massive improvements to your business over the course of the time of being in this group. And, those changes take some time. So, just being in this for a quarter, will it help you? Absolutely. Will it give you everything that you could get out of it for the amount of money that you invested in it? Probably not. So again, we'd love it. We'd prefer it if you could make that commitment to 6 months. Again, you're just going to pay quarterly. But really the real win is the price at an annual price, breaks down to less than $100 a month. And that's if you weren't already a member. For those, since you guys are already members, I'm going to break out the calculator so I get this right. As much as I'm a data hipster and love my spreadsheets, I'm terrible at math.
$7, man. Come on.
$7.99 divided by 12 is what? $66.58.
I said 67, so I'm pretty close. Aaron saved 42 cents.
Yeah. Versus $86.33 a month for the quarterly side of things. So
right.
All right. Let's see here. All right. So
that's it. I mean,
that's kind of what we wanted to share on the Master Success.
And like I said, we've been working on this. We've had, this has been almost a year in the making of this part of it. It was kind of here. We knew what we wanted to go, and we started getting things in order. And it's like, okay, here's this piece, and still working on this back piece of things. And a lot of it came from suggestions and things from members. So now what more can we do for you? What do you need out of us to make this feel like this is something you should do? Because I believe in my heart of hearts that everybody needs to be a part of it. It's gonna. If it doesn't bring you, 4 times back what you spent into it, then we did something wrong. If you're spending $1,000, for this year of training, because you got to think this is everything. You're going to get, the biweekly calls with your small group of people. You're going to get, the minimum twice a month training. There's going to be months that there's going to be 5. because hey, that's when the 5 keys, and September is one of them, where there's 5 trainings in September. And I was looking at it, I'm like, that's not right. And we're like, no, it is, because where everything lines up at. So you're getting tons of training with it, and you're getting those success tracker goals to help you there. So when you're looking at this as an investment in your business, I mean, that goes for anything. You're going to spend less than right now for everything that's in it. You're going to spend less than $1,000, and it's hard pressed to find something that's going to give you the quality and content that we provide for that price. That was kind of one of the debates of when you start looking at what other people are charging and what they're getting out of it. It's very easy to tack another zero on that, and that's what they're charging you, and you're getting half the content. So we want to make this obtainable for everybody, and we'll do everything we can to help people get in here into any of our programs, because that's the thing, is we want anybody to get on there. And then one of the other things too that we didn't even talk about that'll come out is the whole affiliate side of it. As you get more into this, and you're feeling more comfortable and you're seeing that change in it, don't forget you have those affiliate links where you can go ahead and promote it yourself, and you bring people in the fold. Now guess what? You're getting this even cheaper. You bring 4 people into the fold, guess what? Now your membership's free. So there's plenty of ways to make this work for you. And across any of the levels, but a lot of it is that commitment on your side, and that's going to be the biggest thing I ask is just be committed to it. Go into it 100%, knowing that this is going to be life changing for you. I know it's crazy to say that, but it is, because you don't realize this. That extra little push behind there that can change you and your business. It does. It changes your life. And that's the goal, is that behind this is to make everybody as successful as they want to be.
I love the successful is a challenge.
Successful. I should just 30 times every morning.
Yeah, that's right. Just practice it every day. All right. So Heidi, sorry, I want to get Tina's here real quick. Thank you all for the continued support from Tina. And she had mentioned earlier, and Renee had said it takes a village earlier. And Tina replied to Renee and said, this village has been such a blessing, and I've become better because of OSG support. So I just want to share these things out loud, because I know some people are watching on YouTube and some people on Facebook. So Heidi says, I'm having a hard time finding Halloween material. The struggle for supplies is never ending. Yeah, definitely.
And see, that's one of the things about being in a group, is when you say, here's my struggle. So, well, hey, maybe in my area, there's tons of it. And let me see what I can find for you. That's thing is, when we're spread out all across the country, it's one of those things where, like, here, monograms are, but down south they're huge. So when people are looking for things to do, you'll see a lot of that when things go on sale. Especially, in big box stores. They're cheaper in various parts of the place, and they don't sell, so they clearance them out, and people are dying to find it. So, having that network of people that are willing to be there to help you. Hey, I'll go take a look. I'll go jump over see what we got over at our fabric store and see what we can find over there, because
sure,
it's right across the street. But it's being part of that group. You just feel, and there's something about that too. When you go, and you're just having that bad day, and you can help somebody else out, it always just seems to make you feel better. Like, hey, I was able to help somebody, and it starts that domino effect of everything start going right.
Yep. Yeah, it truly is a mindset thing, Todd, and I think it's pretty cool. So, Rena says, just for clarification, is this in addition to OSG? Sorry, I missed this part. Yeah, no problem, Rena. So this would be kind of the next phase. So with Masters of Success, you get all of the things that you're currently getting, and you're not going to be paying extra for that. So this will be all part of that. So it's an addition, but it's not going to cost you extra to have both, basically.
Correct. Yeah, because we did the math on that too. If you're a current member, and what you're going to upgrade to this point for, what the actual cost is upgrading wise, it's not very much. When it comes out to, if you do the yearly membership at the 67, I mean, right now, if somebody signs up for just the regular monthly training, they're paying what, $50. So,
well, that's if they do it today.
Yeah,
because tomorrow they will be paying $80.
Right. So getting this, and this is there, you're actually going to be cheaper than what somebody tomorrow is going to pay for the same training that you get. So being a member will save you money in the long run, and being a member early on as you were with when we first started the OSG with the 5 keys. We've always said that those founding members are who we're going to take care of, and they're always going to be, those great people we want to take care of.
Missy, we'll hold on the Starbucks quote. I'm sorry. I love the Starbucks quote myself, but yes, we'll hold on that. So I guess one other real quick point here, Todd, is that because you guys are members already and you've been part of this, again, this will be the same thing. And the way we've always structured this is once whatever the price is you're paying, that's the price that's going to stay no matter what we do to change prices. So, it's not like, okay, you get this discount this year because you signed up for it. Nope. That's going to be your price for as long as you're part of the group.
Yeah.
For as long as you're part of the membership, as long as you're part of that. So,
which means if, next year we decide, hey, things change, we're going to add a little more to this. We're going to, restructure some things. We want to offer more. And in order to be able to do that, we have to charge more. And now say it's $2,000 or $3,000. Guess what? You're not paying that. You're going to pay what you paid this year because we lock you into those prices. So as the monthly membership, as that goes up to 80, if you're just staying in the monthly membership program, that's fine. Your price is going to be your price. You're not getting bumped up to that. You're always going to pay that price because that's just how we're going to do it. We're always going to have that legacy pricing. So wherever you got in at, that's what you're going to always pay for it.
Yep, totally.
As long as you stay in. If you leave, then you're coming back at the new price. Remember that.
Yeah, totally. It's like Hotel California around here, Todd. Yeah. All right. Cool. So one last thing then we'll get. So let me go back to the application real quick, Todd.
Yep.
That worked for you. Cool. All right. Let me get that cleared out of the way. Okay. So I did want to just kind of go through the application. Todd mentioned a lot of these things are just so we can make sure we get you in the right groups and stuff like that and just have a little better understanding. Most importantly, this is only between you guys and us. This will not be shared with anybody. None of this information will be shared with anybody besides Todd and I. All right. So, because we're asking for some things that, we want to know your current annual revenue. So, just a round number. It doesn't have to be exact. Give us a round number there. Your 12 months business goals. Be specific and vivid. Get as detailed as possible. What do you envision your business looking like in 3 to 5 years? Challenges. What have been the biggest failures, struggles? What have been the successes too, though? We want to make sure that we're always celebrating our successes. And then, what's the one thing we kind of get a little more information about just who you are as a person. Todd, where would you fall in this? Ringleader, humorist, master, producer, or researcher?
I think I'm and see, this is tough for me because I think it depends on who you surround yourself with. In some groups, I'm totally the ringleader, and in others, I'm the humorist. In some the producer, and some I'm the master. I always want to surround myself with a variety of people because when you run in that same circle, you're with that same circle, and your views might get skewed to what that circle is, and that's why we kind of want to make sure we have a little of everybody in every group, so that way you're able to pick up things from different people. Overall, I think I'm the humorist. I think I can pretty much go into anything and kind of break up that tension and bring things down. Everybody knows I'm happy to listen to them, happy to help us solve problems there. But I also like to take charge because a lot of times being in that, it's like, hey, let me shake you. Let's do this. Come on, we need a direction. We need a path. We just can't, screw around and la 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 la. No. This is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. And this is when it needs to be done by.
Yeah. So with that particular section, just like Todd, you could be at a lot of these different things. Just pick one. Which one, would be probably more often than not.
The one that on any given time that you could be described as, and it would most likely always.
Yeah, most likely. So like said, Todd, I definitely had you pegged as either ringleader or humorist, and so again, none of these are better or worse than another. It's just who you are. And again, like Todd said, we want to get the right group together as best we can. So, kind of having a mix of that is important. But anyhow, so you've got a couple other things here. Again, pick the times. You know, your guys' job is to grow your business. My job is to be able to facilitate and do this. So we're going to, like Todd said, we're going to find the times that work for you guys. You know, Todd's going to make it work as best as he can while he's still running his business too. You know, so that's the cool part about this is we get to do that. And then, so basically you're just going to apply. So this is going to be open from now until the end of September. And no payments due until you've been accepted in. So, and we won't be letting people know that they're accepted until the end of the month. So, you know, if you think that this is something you're willing to commit to, let's apply. You know, we'd like you to commit that you're going to make the payment once it happens. And that's part of what you're committing to here. But no payment is due until October. And then we'll kick off the first call that week of, I think it's around the 20. Todd and I have been working on Wednesdays because of the training. So the date that comes to mind is the 21st of October. Yeah, I think that's the Wednesday though. So so the week of the 18th of October, there we go. Yeah. Will be kind of that when we start. All right. And then there'll be 6 calls during the course of that quarter from October, November, and December. And so the enrollment, though, will stop at the end of September, and open enrollment for the next quarter won't open up again until December. So, and the pricing could be a lot different by then. Yeah.
So remember that too, is that we always want to be, as upfront and honest as we can with you, and transparency is one of the biggest things we have here. This is where we feel things need to be at, and maybe they're not. Maybe we're way off, and we need to change some things up. And we realize, the pricing was not right for what it's costing us to do this or that, and so we need to increase it. Our loss, your gain. You sign up early, you're always going to have that, and we just go with it.
Yep, totally. Okay. All right, guys. Well, we're almost to an hour here, so we appreciate your time. If you guys have any questions at all, please let us know. You can hit us up on Messenger, through Facebook Messenger. In fact, in the bottom right corner of the Masters of Success group is the little thing to reach out. So you can do that through there. You can reach out to us on email, success@oursuccessgroup.com. However we can help you answer any questions. But that's what we're excited to launch here. And Todd, anything we missed?
No, I mean, I won't do the Starbucks quote, but I could totally do a Monster quote, because for what if I've been drinking one of these a day, if I put this away, that pays for my training. Just saying.
Yeah, there you go. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, cool.
That's real world. If you don't believe me, I can see my trash somewhat over here, and there's like $50 sitting there in can.
Oh man. Well, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. So, all right, cool. If you guys have any questions at all, let us know. And like I said, just reach out though if there's no other questions. I don't think we're going to keep you guys here for much longer. So let's just call it and reach out if you got questions. We're happy to jump on a call with you if we need to. Just do a quick call or whatever. Again, we know this is a commitment, but that's also a big part of this. We want people that are committed to their business's success, and that's that's who we can help the most. We're going to help as many people as we can. Again, our goal is 1,000 businesses, providing the resources. I'll throw that up one more time, to provide resources that empower over 1,000 businesses to achieve their idea of success. But we know that there's this next level that is really going to give people that opportunity to succeed. So
yeah, you're here a day early. Tomorrow night we'll do it on Tuesday with Todd. We'll have it out there. There's not going to be any mention of any special discount or anything on it, because hey, you guys are already there's not. You're the members. You're the important ones. So if there are questions, and you think about between now and then, and you forget to email, or you forget to message us from there. Tomorrow night, 5 p.m. Central, we'll go live, and that's when we're going to announce it to everyone else. So that'll be a fun and exciting thing. So come join us. Make sure you're there for that as well.
Yep. All right. and I will send an email out a little bit later tonight with these details. Also, the coupon code for you to get the member price will be OSGOG. But again, we'll send an email out with that information so you have it. And it won't really matter anyways because you're not paying for anything right now. Just apply, and we'll get the payment thing worked out once the things happen. So just go and apply. If this is something that's for you, go and apply right now. Get on that list, and we're going to get 6 people at least, and then we're going to get the groups together and go from there.
Yeah, that's the plan.
All right, cool. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for your time today. Todd, I'm excited about this. So
me too. It's like, okay, first one done. All right. Now the real work starts. That's the thing.
Yeah. No, it's going to be awesome. I can't wait. All right, everybody. Talk to you soon.
See you guys.